The decisions they make influence sports in Arizona now and in the future. Every move they make is news. Doug and Wolf present Newsmakers Week 2014. Presented by National Bank of Arizona. Arizona Sports, now on 98.7 FM.
If you missed any of head coach Jeff Hornacek, you can find it at arizonasports.com, or you can download the Arizona Sports app, Android market, or on your iPhone, and listen to the conversations at any point during your day. Same thing goes with Kevin Towers, general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who has stopped in here this morning, even though he's got plenty on his plate, plenty on his mind with spring training already underway as far as pitchers and catchers reporting. Yes, we'll be talking Dodgers a little bit later, but we just started talking Bronson Arroyo, so let's stay on Bronson Arroyo and you being able to sign him. What does that do for the ball club?
Well, it creates a lot of depth, pitching depth. And the one thing that Gibby and I looked at as we got into the offseason was, with moving Skaggs, with moving Holmberg, we cut into a lot of our upper-level pitching depth. And you're going to need 7 to 8 starters to get through here. I think we've averaged 9 to 10, with injuries or guys missing a couple weeks. And, we were a little worried that, we were a little shallow there. And the last thing that we wanted to do was, if we did not feel that Archie Bradley was ready, and we felt because we didn't have depth that we're going to have to, rush him to the big leagues and maybe hurt his development as a big league starter. We didn't want to be put in that position. Originally we were out looking for that top of the rotation guy. Tanaka we identified as that particular guy. Probably came in second there and then kind of sat down and looked at it, and the rest of the guys who were out there did not want to give up a draft pick. Arroyo was, we thought the best of the remaining starting pitchers that were out there, that was consistent performer. No compensation attached to him. Leader, did our background work on him. Everything came back plus, and the type of guy he is, not only in the community but also in the clubhouse, and a guy that you could count on that he's going to go out and perform each and every fifth day that he goes out there.
Very durable, is he not, KT? Very durable guy.
He's got those long, loose limbs. He's when you watch, he's got the leg kick, almost like Marichal, that almost looks like he's going to kick himself in the forehead. A lot of different arm slots. He's not going to overpower you. He's just sneaky. He just changes speeds. He's probably got 3 different speeds on his breaking ball, different angles. He'll drop down sidearm. But when you look up, facing him all of the years, you look at him, you're going, that's Arroyo. We got a chance at him because he's not going to punch out a bunch of people or overpower you. Next thing you know, it's a 6th or 7th inning. You're down by a couple runs, and he ends up winning ball games.
And he's a different cat, isn't he? This is a different type of guy.
He is. He's a free spirit. From everything I've heard about, it reminds me a little bit of Jake Peavy, who I had for years in San Diego. I would say some guys like to hunt, some guys like to fish, others like to play golf. He likes to play the guitar, and he's very good at it. About 8-9 years ago, they had Wood Jock with all of the professional athletes. Bernie Williams, Peavy played down here at the venue in Scottsdale, and he played a version of Sweet Child of Mine that was as good as I've ever heard.
Wow.
So we might be able to, use that a little bit in the clubhouse. But, he built his home in Florida with his dad with his own hands. He said
it's like 1,200 square feet, right?
And he said he's got posters of Eddie Vedder on it, not pictures and frame, posters.
Wow.
Probably a lava lamp, a beanbag chair, who knows? But, welcome to Arizona, Bronson. I think he'll be good for our clubhouse.
Kevin Towers, general manager, Arizona Diamondbacks, joining Doug and Wolf. I don't know if you are best friends with sabermetricians out there, but it seems like every move you make, there's a sabermetrician that doesn't like it. And Bronson Arroyo is one of them, saying, you guys overpaid. What was the market for Bronson Arroyo? How hard did you have to stand firm to avoid a third year? Because I had heard they really wanted a third year. You didn't give it to them. But when you look at the price tag, did you have to go above to make him a Diamondback?
No, I think Baltimore was in on him real strong. Dodgers maybe late. I don't really care probably what our competition was as much as when we sat down and looked at him and what he brought. Not having to give up the draft pick was huge for us. That's why we probably eliminated some of the others that were out there. And, it was no different than Tanaka. You talk to your scouts, you look at the importance of the need that we had for a starter. And, there's a threshold dollar-wise of where we're willing to go. And, I told the agent we'd finally got to a point, even with him, it's just anything north of there, beyond that, we're out. And the same thing happened with Tanaka. And what we signed him for, it falls right around Hudson. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at Hudson, Bartolo, Colon that are 40, 39, the market. I mean, there's not many guys that have done what he's done since 2006 when it starts, quality starts, wins, innings pitched. And when you look at the Hudson signing, Garza, Nolasco, I mean, he slotted right in where I felt he did. And hopefully we proved to be right and the Sabre Patrician's wrong.
When you look at 2014 KT, where are you confident with this club? And I realize you've got to go through spring training and the roster's got to be set, but where are you confident and where do you have concerns?
I think with the addition of Trumbo, we could put some crooked numbers up there. And I mean, you've got two guys that legitimately could hit 40 shots and 100 RBIs, which we didn't have last year. Montero's huge for us. If we could get Montero back, because we're very right-hand dominant, we need that kind of left-hander somewhere to split up a Goldie or a Trumbo that's going to be an offensive force. So, getting Miggy back to where he was at prior to last year, hopefully that was just a blip on the radar screen. And if he comes back strong, I think we've got, good hitters, with the Aaron Hills and the Prados. We've got thump in our lineup. I think we've got depth in our lineup. We're still going to be a very, very strong defensive club. I think our rotation will be good. Our bullpen should be better with Chavez, Pennington. Who knows, maybe Cody Ross, if he's not playing, coming off the bench, a stronger bench. So I like our club. I liked our club last year. We just had too many injuries and too many significant injuries to really overcome the Dodgers. And they had that historical run of 42-8 that just we couldn't stay in it. But I think we're going to be good. I think we'll be strong. And, I'm hoping people don't pick us like they did in 11. When they picked us the following year, I think some to win the World Series, we finished 500. So we're fine kind of trying to lay low under the radar. And if we stay healthy, I think we'll be good.
You, without knowing, you just answered Matt's question, who tweeted in with the hashtag Newsmakers Week, that even with the Trumbo deal, is it fair to say that Miguel Montero is the key to offensive success? So let me ask a follow-up in a sense to Matt's question is, do you know what happened last year with Miguel Montero? There's the trying to live up to the contract theory. There's the got soft because of the contract. There's just the, hey, everybody has a bad year. When you look at Miguel Montero, why do you have expectations for 2014?
Well, with a lot of players, it's about confidence, and he got off to a real slow start. And probably the first time in his career, how do I get out of this? And kind of was, hitting, right around 200, under 200, and, you can't help but look up at the scoreboard when they announce your name, and you look up there and you see a 1 there at the beginning, not a 3, not a 2, a 1, and you start pressing. And Miggy's had great success, and he's been here in the big leagues. He didn't lose his fire. He's still the leader in that clubhouse. Even, hitting in the 100s early in the season, he still had energy. He was still trying to fire guys up. I think health-wise, he probably wasn't as healthy as he's been in the past. He had some lower back problems, which, as a catcher, that makes it very, very difficult. And the problem with his hand that we really didn't know until the end that was pretty significant, where he had surgery on that, which was his glove hand, which I'm sure holding the bat didn't feel normal, but probably pressing more than he ever has, and probably not the most healthy, but my hope is that he'll bounce back again. And if we get his bat going, that lefty bat is going to be real critical for us.
What should be a reasonable expectation for a guy like A.J. Pollock?
I'm a huge fan. I really like A.J. a lot. I would say, if you had to ask me, A.J. is the type of guy that will go out there, probably an on-base around 330, slug around 440. I could see 10 to 15 home runs, 50 to 60 RBIs, 20 stolen bases or 20-plus stolen bases, and play superb center field.
I love watching the guy play center field, too. I mean, he covers so much ground and gets the balls that a lot of people I don't think are going to get to.
Very smart player. If you watch us in spring training, you see Goldschmidt walk around and you see Pollock and Chris Owens are like little ducklings just following Goldie wherever he goes. So right guy to watch the way he goes about business, and I've got a lot of confidence in AJ. And it was tough to move Adam, but I think if anything, it was a vote of confidence that we really think Pollock's a guy that can handle center field and be very successful.
You just mentioned the name that everybody wants to know about, and that is Paul Goldschmidt. We'll talk to the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Kevin Towers, about not only Goldschmidt, but answering your questions if you use the hashtag Newsmakers Week, which is presented by National Bank of Arizona on Arizona Sports, now on 98.7 FM.
The decisions they make influence sports in Arizona now and in the future. Every move they make is news. Doug and Wolf present Newsmakers Week 2014, presented by National Bank of Arizona. Arizona Sports, now on 98.7 FM.